Brian Stelter is the anchor of CNN's Reliable Sources. His book, Hoax, Donald Trump, Fox News, and the Dangerous Distortion of Truth is out in paperback today. In it, he chronicles the reason Fox News has become so radicalized, which was really a desperate ratings decision. Fox News Media CEO Suzanne Scott and the management team tried to find a way to lure the Fox audience back home. They did it by giving the viewers what they wanted, false hope. On Fox, Trump was treated as a political genius, not a lame duck who failed to win re-election. And Brian Stelter joins me now. Brian, this came out obviously before these events, and then you did some rewriting for the paperback. And there was this really fascinating moment after the election where really for the first time in its entire time on cable news that Fox had real competition from sort of upstart right-wing networks that were eating into their audience. We were seeing the numbers every night in ways we hadn't before. What did that do? How did that play out in Fox, and what did it do to them and how they thought about what they were putting on air?
It terrified Fox producers and anchors and hosts like they've never been scared before. Because as you said, Chris, Fox had a monopoly on right-wing TV. And all that changed after November 3rd. Newsmax and One American News cut into the base audience, and Fox desperately lured them back by running to the right. It happened step by step, day by day. It was kind of hard to notice if you were only watching minute by minute. But when I stepped back for Hoax, it is clear every move Fox has made in the last 6 months is about getting rid of the news and adding more opinion about the news. And the result is it has worked. They have scared away Newsmax. They have rebounded in the ratings because they have radicalized.
And especially, particularly, it seems to me on these big questions, right? On the kind of big lie and then the insurrection, right. that in the wake of my understanding, and some of your reporting indicates this, that the view from certain parts, at least at the top of Fox, was like Joe Biden won this election and we should tell our viewers that. And that was what created the opening for Newsmax and One American News, because people didn't want to hear that.
Yes, they created an incredible amount of tension within Fox because viewers had an option. They had an option to go to Newsmax where Biden was not president-elect, where Trump might still be a winner.
Right.
And of course, I think a lot of that contributes to the environment that we then deal with on January 6th. I think Hoax is the first book that grapples with the riot and the aftermath, because if you didn't have these months of commentary, if you didn't have these months of lies on Fox and Newsmax, you do not get to the steps of the Capitol. It just can't happen without this radicalizing effect of right-wing TV.
Well, and it also brings up this more profound point, right? Because it's like, who's giving the orders and who's receiving them? Who is following whom? Which has been a question throughout. So one of the dynamics of the Trump presidency was that it was, we would talk about state-controlled media, right? It was more like a media-controlled state. I mean, Donald Trump would watch Fox, and then that would tell him, like, they were sort of running the show. He was kind of responding to it. And then you have the situation which Fox tries to set the agenda, and they find they can't do it, that everyone is chasing the same base. Everyone thinks they're following.
That's why so many sources at Fox started to leak to me in the Trump years, because they were disturbed by what you're describing. They were disturbed by the fact that they were setting the agenda for the president. A White House aide, a Trump White House aide said to me, Trump suffered from Fox News brain. He was in a cave of his own making.
Right.
That is scary. But what's scarier is that millions of viewers are there as well. And that is appreciably different from the Bush or the Obama years.
You say this in the book that practically every change, and you're talking about these changes that were made in this period of sort of frenetic fear caused by these competitors, was about having less news in the air, more opinions about the news. It was like serving dessert without dinner when the dessert consists of screaming out how awful the dinner was, warning the meal might be a socialist plot, and hey, while we're at it, why are chefs so corrupt? I mean, I've always found the news part a little hard to swallow, but you make the argument that, like, there was an actual news division that actually has been essentially pushed back and forced to retreat.
There are real journalists at Fox, but there are fewer and fewer of them. They have fewer and fewer airtime, and they feel more and more pressure to toe the right-wing line. That's a story 20 years in the making, and it just moves along the same path. If you're a reporter at Fox, you know the three-step approach that I outline in Hoax, the three-step approach to whitewashing bad news about the GOP. You ignore it if you can, or you excuse it if you can't, or you conspiracize it. And that's what we're seeing with the riot now. They ignore all the news every day about the fallout from the Capitol attack. Right. And when they can't ignore it, they come up with conspiracy theories about it. It is sickening. And frankly, Chris, it is the fault of the Murdochs. This is about Rupert and Lachlan Murdoch. They allow it to happen by not showing leadership at the network.
Rupert Murdoch, arguably the single most influential figure in the Anglophone world across three separate continents. Brian Stelter, thank you very much. It's called Hoax, Donald Trump, Fox News, and the Dangerous Distortion of Truth. It is out in paperback today. Thanks so much.